back with you again from thelivingvision.com here on behalf of Living Tree Community Foods. And I made up another recipe using this wonderful new product from Living Tree, which is almond flour. It's a beautiful, soft flour from the whole raw almond. And you might find when you purchase it that there will be some little pockets where the almond flour kind of stuck together and got dense. That's my little boy in the background, don't mind him. So what I do is I just pulse it in my spice grinder. If you have a food processor, you can pulse it in there. If you don't have any of the above, then just mix the ingredients more with your hands to break up any little dense pockets. So today's recipe is really fun and exciting. It is chocolate chip cookies. And actually these cookies could go any direction that you choose. So I'll show you my version here, and then we'll let you go and have fun with it. So what I'm starting with is 3 cups of the almond flour, and I have that already in the bowl and already pulsed so that it's all a fine consistency. Think of that pulsing as a sifting of regular baker's flour or something like that. You just want to get a finer consistency or break up any, like I said, dense pockets. So I've got my 3 cups of almond flour. Now I'm going to add some coconut palm sugar, which you can purchase through Living Tree Community Foods. And I have 3/4 of a cup of the sugar, and I also put this through my spice grinder just to break it down, break the granules down a little bit more so that it will be dispersed more evenly, and you're not going to be crunching into pieces of coconut sugar. So that's 3/4 of a cup of the coconut sugar. Next I'm going to add some chia seeds. I've been having a lot of fun with chia seeds. You might see in some of the previous videos or some videos to come that I'm using them in a similar way that we used to use flax seeds. But from what I've learned about chia, it's a more balanced fat, and it is a great source for protein, and it works in a similar way where it will become a gelatinous and help to hold the ingredients together. So here what I did was I measured out 4 tablespoons of chia seeds, and then I ground those down in my spice grinder into a flour. It doesn't take much time, just a few pulses. You just don't want any of those chia seeds to be whole. So now I'm going to add this in, and again that's going to bring everything together and help it hold its consistency. Now the next ingredient here is some vanilla powder, and I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of vanilla powder. And this is a product from Living Tree. It's the whole vanilla bean ground down into a powder. It's a really lovely aromatic ingredient to use. So that's our 2 tablespoons of vanilla powder. I'm also adding a 1/2 cup of shredded coconut because I like coconut in my chocolate chip cookies. I liked it that way when I was making cooked cookies, and I like it that way in my raw cookies too. So we're putting some coconut in there, and then for chocolate chips I'm just using the whole cacao nibs. That is the cacao bean that has been broken up into nibs, and if that's too bitter for you, you can keep it out, but it's a great source of antioxidants, and if you are a bitter chocolate lover, then you will love the flavor of these cacao nibs. And I have a 1/2 cup of those cacao nibs as well. Now my final dry ingredient here is going to be a teaspoon of some sea salt, and I'm using Living Tree's Himalayan crystal salt. Let's see, that's 1/2 teaspoon, 3/4, and a whole teaspoon. So now that I have those ingredients all in the bowl, I'm just going to combine my dry ingredients. Make sure that those are mixed together well. Alright, so that's well combined now. The next ingredient is a cup of coconut oil, and this is going to give it an aromatic coconut flavor. So it's kind of a coconut chocolate chip cookie, which I love. I love the flavor of coconut. And that's Living Tree's extra virgin coconut oil. It's a very lovely oil to use. So there's our coconut oil. Now I'm going to mix this together to incorporate the coconut oil. Okay, my avocado covered Hody has decided to join us, so welcome, my love. So I am in the process of mixing together the coconut oil into our dry ingredients. And once that is well combined, there's only one last ingredient, and that's a little bit of water to bring everything together. So I have some water here, and I'm just adding about a 1/4 cup to start. I'll mix that together, and if it seems like I need a little bit more, then I can add more later. But that looks perfect. Okay, sweetie. So that's great. You can see the texture there. It's similar to cookie dough. And what I'm going to do is I have my little 2-ounce scoop here, and I'm just going to take a scoop of the dough and put it on my Teflon sheet. And I would do that in rows until all of the cookie dough has been formed into 2-ounce molds. And after I did that, then I'm just using 3 fingers to press them down into a round cookie. And if you don't have a scoop, a mini ice cream scoop or otherwise, just use a spoon and measure out about 2 tablespoons worth, or whatever size cookie you enjoy. And then they will be dehydrated. If you don't have a dehydrator at home, the nice thing about this recipe is you can actually form cookies just like this and stick them in your refrigerator. In that case, they're not going to be dry and shelf stable, where they'll stay hard outside of the fridge for very long, but they will get nice and firm in the fridge, and that will stay firm for a good 30 minutes outside of the fridge as well if it's not a hot day. So you can form your cookies and just stick them in the fridge and enjoy them like that. But if you do have a dehydrator, it's really nice to dry them out. So you'll dry them for about 4 or 5 hours until they're dry on the outside, and then remove them from the Teflon sheet and put them onto your plastic grid. And then you'll continue dehydrating them for another 4 to 8 hours, or until they're dry on the outside but still moist and soft on the inside. So this is a chewy chocolate chip cookie. And here's a plate of our completed dry chocolate chip cookies. I'll break one open here so you can see it. There you go. It's a really nice texture and flavor, and if you're a cookie lover, I'm sure you're going to enjoy these. So get to your cookie making. Thank you for joining us, and let us know what kind of fun recipes you come up with this. I'd love to hear any comments below. Let us know what you're doing in your kitchen. I'm Chef Chaya-Ryvka with my lovely Hodaya Aketriel here with Living Tree Community Foods, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for joining us. Bye-bye.